What's good, everybody? Want your Afrobeats to sound more professional? In this FL tutorial, I'll show you how to add fills, drops, and vocal chops to create exciting transitions that keep listeners engaged. Whether you are making beats inspired by Davido, Omah Lay, Burna Boy, Rema, or Asake, these techniques will help your production sound more dynamic and industry ready. In this tutorial, you will learn how to create Afrobeat drum fills, how to use drops for better transitions, how to add vocal chops in FL Studio, you know, transition effects for Afrobeats, arranging tips for professional sound in beats, producer tricks used in modern Afrobeat. Let's get right into it. Alright, so this is my beat right here. I'm just working on this beat. I've gone, we're just gonna add some fills, transitions. So let's listen to it and then we see where we can start from. Check it out. Wow, that's good. All right, so we're gonna start right from the intro, and let's see what we can do from there. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna start with drum fills, you know, some sort of rows here. When I listen to the beat here, I feel like I need a row somewhere here, transition into this here. So we're gonna add a row here and there, together with a drop. Already there's a drop there. All right, so let's add a row here, just something to tell us that there's something coming. Okay, let's go. All right, so we're gonna make our own drum roll, kind of. Usually is good to add drum fills at the end of every 4 to 8 or 16 bars to transition into the next section. So like you can see here, this is the intro. It's coming up like that. Then the end here, we add something to transition to this, and then as we go again, there we can add something to transition to that part. All right, so let's start with snare drum fills. We can just add a pretty simple row here. We can play it, we can imagine it. Okay, let's try that. Okay, I need something like that. Okay, let's create that. All right, so let's add the drum fills here. You can see the intro, so just gonna add it right there. All right, so let's go on and add that raw. I got some snares here. This will make sense. Alright. Just gonna drag it there. Yeah, something like that. But I'm gonna combine this with the heat. Gonna start the heat there, and it's gonna sound good, you know. Let's make it more. Let's make it hit with pressure. Yeah, we can add this one here. Yeah, just like that. And we're gonna cut the drum a bit here so that we leave room for the roll. We let them. You get that? Alright, so let's just balance this up in the mixer. Here's my snare, root to channel, drag it to the mixer right there together with this one, root to channel, like that. So I have my samples loaded in the mixer right here. I got the heat here on the snare right there, and that's the roll. Alright, I can add in some reverse transition here, something like yeah. This one would do. Sounds more like it. Wow. So that's the intro right there. Alright, so that's what I was saying. I needed some kind of raw here, transition into this part, and I added a reverse symbol here. Check it out. I think this is what we got. So now and it drops. So that's how we do it. All right, let's add more fills. Let's make it more professional. All right, so let's proceed with the fills. From verse, I feel like we need to add some drop here. Then we can add something here and something there to tell us that we are now going back to the chorus. Then we're gonna do the same to this second part here, which is verse 2, the bridge. Yeah, so let me just add a drop here and something like, you know, you gotta imagine the sound. You gotta imagine the sound, create it in your mind and try apply it there. Try using your creativity. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna add some kind of drop here. I got some drops in there's some pretty good drops in Hammer. I think I saw them in Yuma. This plugin right here. Oops. Let's just look for it. Where is it? Okay. Okay, right here. There's some pretty good drops in here that you can use. You just gotta, modify them a little bit. Okay, just waiting for it to load. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's some good drop in here. Just gotta check out the presets. Let's see. Where did I see that drop? Pretty good drops. Best drop. We need the best drop. Best drop. Okay, they are here on FX. Drop 1, drop 2. Let's check them out. There's one. Not this one. There's one that really makes sense. Okay. Where is it? Oh. Alright, should be this one. Ooh. Oh. Nah. Where is that drop? Could it be this one? Ish. Alright, so I just found it right here. X oblique. You go there. Drop this one. Yeah, right. Let's use it. I need it to come in here. Yeah. Just like that. Make it a bit short. Cut that. Much better. Okay, I need the snare to hit that part too. Let's go. Much better. Alright, that's how I want it to be. There's a verse in there. See? Now transitioning from this part to that part, we add a drop. There you go. Just like that. drop here as well. Yeah, bang, right here. At least this makes the song, the beat sound, you know, more professional. Drops make the beat. Let's go. Okay, we can just add one bar. Just there. Okay. Let's see how it sounds now. Let's see how it sounds. I need a roll here, a little roll, right? I think we can add and shake a few, right? What do you think? Okay, let's see. Brr, brr. Let's add some roll here. Some pretty good roll. Just a little roll right there. Brr, brr, brr. Okay, we can use this. Okay, so let's look for a good roll here. Just a simple, a pretty simple, not this, just something very simple to fill up that part. Okay, we can even use this, right? But I just need the pra pra, just the first part. I think it can fill up well here. One pra, one pra, somewhere. Okay. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it short. I just need a little part of this, right? Just a little part of it, yeah, like that. Oh, we cut it too much. Just a little part of it, because that's just what is making sense, you know. That's just what is making sense. That's just what's making sense, right? One. Oh, it needs room, right? Something like that. Yeah. Alright, let's drag it to the mixer and give it some reverb kind of effect. Let's see how it sounds. Wow, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. Exactly how I needed it. Now let's check it out, you know. It's coming up, right? There you go. That's more like it. That's more like it. Alright, let's see. So we're still going right here. We got the bridge. Let's see, what can I add in the bridge to make it a bit more interesting, you know. How about we add a sub? Let's add a sub here. A sub fill. So that's how you add fills to these things, you know. Fills make project sound more interesting, more professional. inside the sub. There's a good sub I've seen in Citrus. You gotta check it out. There's a very good sub there. Okay, let's wait for it to load. There you go. Let's look for the sub right here. There's a very good, this one, check it out. Wow, can you feel that? Whoa, I like that. Okay, let's add it there. 2, 3. Okay, so we're gonna add it right here, and we call it sub. Make sure your snap is in line. Okay. I like that. Starting from here. Go right there. Okay, let's drop this lower, a lower octave, right? Like that. Let's see how it sounds. Perfect. I need that low frequency to be felt, you know. Now let's give it some volume a bit. Let me see what I got here. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, we can do some melodic fills here. Here we're gonna drop it lower so that it goes to the max sub, you know, the max sub. Let's see. Then we drop it low. 2, 3, go. Wow. Whoa. That's more like it. That's more like it. Okay, so that's more like it. I can feel the sub here. Now towards the end here, we can add some melodic fills here, you know, something that can feel bam, 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 maybe trumpets, everything. Okay, let's see. Hey. Okay, let's add some string there. I think it will make sense. Okay, before we do add the string, let's channel our sub properly. Put it in mono. Always put your sub in mono so that it sounds better. Balance it up a bit. Okay, sounds good for me. Alright, now let's add that string fill towards the end of the bridge. Alright, so that's my string right here. Got it right here. Where is it? Right here. Or string sustain from flex. Just got it from the plugin called flex. Now let's add it there. It's something like that. Wow, I like that feel. I'm loving this. Can add a few more notes to make it sound more richer. Something like that. Wow. Da da da. Something like that. Perfect. All right, so what we're gonna do is just put it in a mixer and balance it up so that it sounds uh balanced, leveled with just like that. Wow. Sounds more like it. Let's check it out. Wow, let's check it out one more time. Let's check it out one more time. There you go. Boom. A drop here. We get a drop right here. Okay. Let's do this. We just cut it short here. There you go. Wow. I'm loving this. Check it out now. See? Don't you? I feel like dancing. Come on. Come on. Da, 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 da. Of course, that's how you make the beat sound more professional. If you do this with your beats, bro, they're gonna make sense. Make sure you add those transitions properly. And please tell me where you're watching me from. Tell me how you like it, and let's do this thing. Let's share ideas and let's build it up. So what I'm gonna do right about now, I just wanna add a little more of vocal chops to it, so we make it sound more richer and more interesting. So now let's see what we can use. There are pretty a lot of samples you can use. Um, there are quite a number of vocal chops you can use. You can download, or you can use native vocal chops that FL comes with. So let's check out what FL has for us. Wow.
Oh yeah. All right.
Come on and dance now. Don't stop now. Feed me pepper, Tops made it. Feed me, don't stop now. Come on and bring it. Oh, are you here?
All right. Aye.
Don't feed me. Pepper,
Feel like I can work with this one. How do we use it?
Tops made it.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag it a bit, pitch it a bit. What I want is a long note, towards the end of the bar. So let's see what I can do with this wave, and I'm gonna pitch it a bit. Alright, so let's do that. So I'm gonna put it in one key first of all, so that it sounds like this, just like that. And then I'm gonna use fruity sampler. Alright, so let's carry on. So we're gonna add in just add it in the vocal chop. Let's combine it with the choir. Let's see. Oh, where can I? Okay. Let's find the choir right here.
Tops made it.
So we're gonna go with okay, we're gonna use this and this one, right? Let's see how we're gonna apply them here.
Tops made it.
Okay, so what I'm just gonna do is I don't need much sounds here. I'm just gonna drag and drop these right here, and I'm just gonna copy exactly what is here and paste it there. Let's see how it sounds.
Tops made it.
Oops. just put it in the right key, bro. Drop it low. This should be the key, right? All right.
Tops made it.
Sounds more like it. All right. Now let's just control it a bit. Okay, check it out.
Tops made it.
Okay, drag it to the mixer and balance it up with the rest of the samples so it sounds good. Check it out.
Tops made it.
Wow. I can also add this other one and paste it right there. Let's see how it sounds. Let's see how it sounds.
Tops made it.
Balance it up.
Tops made it.
Wow. Exactly. Alright, so that's how you do it, bro. That's how you do it. So now we need this sound right here. Wow. So that's how you add fills to your beat so it sounds more professional. You just gotta add as many ideas as you can. However, you got to make sure you are not overcrowding your music, you know. Now let's see. I want to show you a trick. Producer tricks, you know. It makes things more interesting. Just a little trick, right? Let's see what we can do right here to make it sound more professional. Let's see what we got here. You know, you gotta work with automation too to make it sound interesting. You know. Because these are things that makes things, especially beats, sound more professional. Okay, let's add some automation. Let's see where we can just high pass, or we're gonna low pass okay, let's see what we're gonna do. How about here? 1 and 2. Yeah, we can do some automation right here. Alright, so we're just gonna add this trick right here. We just go like get the EQ. Very simple trick. You see that? You just choose one of these presets. This one is okay. And then you automate this part right here. So what we're gonna do, I want this to be right here. Okay, so let's add some. Okay, so I'm gonna create an automation clip. this part right here. Just created an automation clip, and we're gonna low pass this. Now let's do this. Check it out. Just a little trick, simple. There you go. Yeah, da, 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 da. Just like that. I think I'm gonna make this place sound like this. Da-dun, da-dun. Sounds more like it, right? Not gonna do much. Just trying to make it unique on that part. Wow. So that's how we do this, man. This is how we do it. Just like that. Alright, so if you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Peace. What's good, everybody? Want your Afrobeats to sound more professional? In this FL tutorial, I'll show you how to add fills, drops, and vocal chops to create exciting transitions that keep listeners engaged. Whether you are making beats inspired by Davido, Omah Lay, Burna Boy, Rema, or Asake, these techniques will help your production sound more dynamic and industry ready. In this tutorial, you will learn how to create Afrobeat drum fills, how to use drops for better transitions, how to add vocal chops in FL Studio, transition effects for Afrobeats, arranging tips for professional sound in beats, producer tricks used in modern Afrobeat. Let's get right into it. Alright, so this is my beat right here. I'm just working on this beat. I've gone, we're just gonna add some fills, transitions. So let's listen to it and then we see where we can start from. Check it out.
Taps made it.
Wow, that's good. Alright, so we're gonna start right from the intro and let's see what we can do from there. Let's go. Alright, so we're gonna start with drum fills, some sort of rows here. When I listen to the beat here, I feel like I need a row somewhere here, transition into this here. So we're gonna add a row here and there, together with a drop. Already there's a drop there. Alright, so let's add a row here, just something to tell us that there's something coming. Okay, let's go. Alright, so
Taps made it.
we're gonna make our own drum roll kind of. Usually is good to add drum fills at the end of every 4 to 8 or 16 bars to transition into the next section. So like you can see here, this is the intro. It's coming up like that. Then the end here, we add something to transition to this, and then as we go again, we can add something to transition to that part. Alright, so let's start with the snare drum fills. We can just add a pretty simple roll here. We can play it, we can imagine it. Okay, let's try that.
Tops made it.
Okay, I need something like that. Okay, let's create that.
Tops made it.
Alright, so let's add the drum fills here. You can see the intro.
Tops made
So
it.
just gonna add it right there.